Hey everybody, welcome back to another action figure unboxing and review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Neca Dungeons and Dragons Strongheart Ultimate Action Figure. And Strongheart is the first good or heroic figure we've received in this line so far, which also includes Grimsword, Warduke, and Zarek, which we've already reviewed. And we also have Elkhorn the Dwarf on his way. And he is also a good figure, so Strongheart won't be so outnumbered when we get him finally. Strongheart is a paladin, as you can probably guess if you know anything about D&D, judging by his look. So let's take a look at his box. We got some legalese on the top there, more on the bottom, and there's everybody involved with the creation of this figure and the packaging. Got a nice figure photo on the side here. Dungeons and Dragons Strongheart, close-up of his face. And then there's the blurb about him on the back there. Everything he comes with. Some more figure photography. And then Zarek, the assassin, also available. As usual with Neca, the flap opens, and you get another diorama shot, and then there's the figure himself. So as I did with the previous figures of this wave, I have already opened this just to make it easier and less time consuming on video. So, plus I didn't want to take him out of the package and have him fall apart in my hand because I didn't check beforehand to make sure that he didn't have a broken arm or something. Let's get all these weapons out of here. Neca packages pretty well. Ooh, that's almost sounded like it was going to snap. I got lucky. Okay, apparently he's caught on something here, which is weird. I've already removed him. Oh, what the hell? Okay, apparently I didn't take him all the way out of the package. I completely forgot to cut the strap around his midsection. I thought I had taken him out. Yeah, that'll teach me not to be prepared. Maybe it won't. I'm sitting there pulling on him, wondering what the hell is holding him back, and I never cut the strap around the front. Something must have distracted me when I was messing with this character originally, and I must have thought I had succeeded in removing him completely, so I just thought I was putting him back. But yeah, this figure has a cloth cape, so it comes with a bag of silica gel. You want to make sure that you do not eat it. It's in there to make sure the cape doesn't get all something. I know it's there for cloth goods, so I couldn't tell you what it actually does. I never really looked it up before. But here's Strongheart in all his glory. Again, Neca does a fantastic job detailing and coloring and painting and weathering and washing these guys. Their figures all look so good. I can't believe how good they look, and how much I wish other toy lines would do just a little bit more paint and weathering and coloring like Neca does, because they would look so much better if they did. And as I said before, the cape is cloth. It's attached right here. Those are probably like something that's drilled right into his shoulders there to keep the cape in place. And the chain around is not loose. It's just plastic that's been glued to the front there, so it's not going anywhere. The cape does have a bit of bendy wire in it, but it's a heavy cape, so unfortunately I don't think you're not gonna get like cape flowing out behind him or anything like that kind of poses, unfortunately. But it's still good for what it is. I'll take it. And this is just an incredibly detailed figure. I mean, look at this. It looks so good. He's wearing a full suit of plate mail. And underneath that, he has chain mail for the joints and whatnot, because plate mail doesn't bend. And he's got chainmail on his upper legs. He's got chainmail on his upper arms and around his elbows. He's got that nice glove there. Plate glove. The plate armor on the shoulders, which can move to get out of the way for articulation, which is good. Plate chest piece placed here, and a nice plate helmet with a nice plume. And wings on the side. We can be careful with those. You don't want to snap those off. Don't want to chip them like I did with my Warduke. And he's got a nice emblem there. It's a lion in the middle of a shield there. And some nice design on the chest piece there. A big old painted silver buckle there with more silver buttons and buckles here on the straps hanging down. And he's got this skirt piece here. And on the back, moving the cape out of the way, you see even more detail, more chains holding the shoulder card, the pauldrons on top there. He's got a loop here. That'll be for his sword later. I'll show you. And his knees have this kind of protection here on the side and on the front of the kneecap area, all the way down to his blue boots. Surprisingly, he's not wearing plate boots. They're just standard normal boots. But they probably help him move better. And then, of course, with the helmet, he's got a nice face sculpt there, by the way. Piercing eyes with that thick mustache. And his visor can come down on his helmet, like so. And now he's ready to go into, oops. It can go down a little bit more than that. There we go. You kind of have to force it the last bit of the way, but it goes down all the way over his face. And now he looks like a knight ready to charge into battle. So that is pretty cool. The helmet itself does not come off, but this is a good effect so that you can at least see his face. Now, articulation-wise, you can look up about that far there. You can bury his chin, which is nice. He can do the Exorcist. And he's got some tilt there. You want to be careful how you hold the helmet, because these here will snap off if you put too much pressure on them. And as I showed you before, the shoulder pads here can get out of the way, so you can move his arm all the way around but you're still going to want to stick close to the body so the shoulder pads there don't go too far. He's got a bicep cut, and he's got the single jointed elbow that spins or twists, hinges. Yeah, there we go. That's the word I was looking for. Hinges in and out. He's got horizontal articulation at the wrists on both sides. Now, unlike the others, he actually gets some waist articulation. Ordu got a little bit as well, but Zarek and Grimsword got none. So he can twist out the waist, but he also has not quite a diaphragm cut. It's a little lower than a diaphragm cut would be, but he gets a little extra movement there. So he can crunch forward about that far. And he can crunch back a whole lot more. And surprisingly, he's got abs through his plate armor. But yeah, he's got some good torso movement option. He's got a lot of tilt there as well. Like the other guys, he has those deep cut thigh joints there, which enable him to get more range despite not having drop down hips. But even though these are soft, they do have a limit to how high they can go up. So he can do a pretty decent Van Damme for someone in full armor. Not the full Van Damme, but close enough. And this is split here on the sides as well, enabling him to be able to kick out. But he can't really kick out that far forward. He can kick out way back, though. No thigh cut again, but the hip joint trick works just as well. You can turn at the hip joint. So that's basically the same as the thigh cut. Just as harder to see, you know. There's no cut in the sculpt now. And this skirt, even if he did have a thigh cut, the skirt would cover it, but still. No thigh cut, it's at the hip. He does have single jointed knees. And you get a little hinge action out of them. Not a lot, though, because this is in the way here. You get more on the inside than on the outside. Yeah. He actually has double jointed knees, I'm sorry. Yeah, see, he's got a joint at the top of the knee and another one down at the bottom. So he does get a little extra. He does get a little extra articulation there. And his boot can go back that far and go forward that far. He's got that rocker action. And he's got peg holes on the bottom for a stand to stand them on. Now, accessory-wise, he comes with quite a bit, as befitting of a man of his stature. Out of the box, he has 2 fists in his hands, on his arms, rather. A left fist and a right fist. He also comes with 2 open hands. If he wants to maybe pray to his god for his cleric spells before going into battle. Now his hands are smaller than the other guys' hands, which is kind of weird. He also has 2... Let's see, I'm trying to find which one. Okay, here we go. He also has two small gripping hands. This is probably so that he can hold his dagger. And he could hold it in his left or his right hand, since he's got two of them. And he also, lastly, he has two wider gripping hands, so that he can hold his other weapons and his shield. And he has, once again, he has a left and a right one, so you can decide if you want to make him a righty, a lefty, ambidextrous. So it's all your choice. Other accessories he has. He comes with this nice dagger. It's very sharp looking. All silver, except for the handle. It's got a brown leather wrap around it. The rest of it is all one color. Looks pretty nice. Looks like you could take an eye out with that thing, so don't put it near your face. He also comes with this scabbard. And this is the nice detailed scabbard there. It's got some wear on it. Some wraps around the front there. It's got silver on the bottom and silver on the top. Some nice detail. And then as you can see, it has another sheath tied to it on the front, or on the side there. And that also is a blue colored sheath with silver on the top and bottom. And you can slide the dagger into that sheath. Just like so. He also comes with this nice warhammer. It's got a little loop here. Some gold and brown trim on the handle. And of course the hammer itself is nice and golden. It's got a little bit of wear along the side that looks like it's seen several battles. Looks pretty cool. Now, I didn't notice on the figure if he had a hook or anything that he could hang the hammer from. So I think if you want him to hold all of his accessories, he's got to actually hold the hammer. He can't store it anywhere. That is unfortunate. Like, he has a lot of space on this side of his body. It would have been easy to have like a hook there that he could have hung this from. But, you can't get everything that you want. He also has this nice long sword. Again, mostly silver, except for the leather wrap around the handle. Strongheart is not ostentatious. He doesn't have a lot of gold. He just goes for effect rather than look. He wants effectiveness. So, like the dagger, the sword can go into the sheath, and it snaps into place nice at the top there, so it's not going to fall out or anything like that. And then the sword as a whole can slide through the buckle at his waist, or the scabbard as a whole, I should say. You got to kind of work it around the dagger sheath. There we go. And now he's got his sword hanging from his side there. And that's not going anywhere either. That's not going to slide out or anything. So you're all right there. Last but not least, he has the shield. Again, pretty bare bones. Nothing spectacular or special about it. Nice wooden effect on the back there. There's the straps and the silver buckles and silver bolts holding it into place. The front of the shield is nice and blue, which is his color, apparently. And Swiss silver trim and more bolts and whatnot. So again, another nicely detailed, well put together figure. And if you bear with me, I'll try to get him fitted up for battle. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention on Zarek's review, I forgot to show the background that comes with the character. But yeah, all the Neca figures tend to come with these little backdrops, which is good for like taking pictures and whatnot. And Zarek did come with one, but I forgot to show it when I had him out. So, but take my word for it, it's there. If you buy Zarek, you'll have a backdrop with him. It's so much easier to do this off screen than on screen. All right. There we go with Strongheart. Strongheart's a really good figure. He's up there with Grimsword and Warduke. And they're all slightly better than Zarek. Zarek is probably the lesser of the line so far, but he's still a good figure. I just really like the bigger armored guys, to be honest. I never played like a rogue or anything like that when I played paper and pen Dungeons and Dragons. I was always a paladin or a warrior or something like that. I was never really a mage type either. I think my favorite class to play was an evil paladin. I liked playing lawful evil paladins. You know, that prayed to evil gods and got powers that healed or powers that harmed rather than healed. But there you have Strongheart, the paladin. Another great figure from Neca. And as I said in the other reviews, I'm really hoping they continue the line. I want to see more figures like this. Elkhorn is coming, but so far they haven't revealed anything else. So Elkhorn could very well be the last that they do. And I hope that's not true. I really want to see more figures. So like and subscribe, comment down below. And next Tuesday we'll be back to unboxing some Joes. Not Blast from the Past Joes, just, you know, because I've recently gotten in a shipment, including Firefly, Crimson Viper, Snow Serpent, and Lowlight. So we'll be reviewing those 4 over the next couple of weeks on Tuesdays and Fridays. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you pick up Strongheart. Really, seriously, go out there and buy these figures. They're not that expensive. They're less than 40 pounds or $40, depending on where you live each. It'll help NECA out if we make it look like the figures are popular, and they should be because they look fantastic. But if NECA thinks that the line is successful, they'll keep making them, and we should want figures like this. This is exactly what we want in a figure. We don't want that bare bones crap that Hasbro's putting out with Marvel Legends and the Black Series. We want detailed, accessorized stuff like this. At least I do. I don't know about the rest of you. But go out and buy this figure. You won't be disappointed. It's a fantastic figure. Even if you don't like Dungeons and Dragons, it's still a knight in armor. I'm sure you can find a place for him somewhere in your house. So, until next time.